You know those mornings when you wake up and feel like the universe forgot to recharge your batteries overnight. You hit snooze 3 times, scroll through social media for just a minute, and before you know it, you're in other people's highlight reels, comparing your sleepy self to someone who apparently already manifested a mansion before breakfast. Let's be honest, it happens to all of us. But today, I want you to hit pause on that noise and remember something simple yet powerful. The way you start your morning sets the tone for your entire day. Now, I'm not here to give you a get-rich-quick speech or tell you to chant money mantras while burning sage under the full moon, unless that's your thing, of course. I'm here to help you start your day from a place of gratitude and abundance. Because when your heart is tuned to gratitude, the whole universe seems to whisper, let's give them more of that. But let's be real, it's not always easy to feel grateful, especially when your alarm clock feels like a personal attack, your bills look like a horror movie, and your dreams seem to be moving slower than a sloth in traffic. You might even be thinking, gratitude. I can barely find my socks. I hear you. That's why this isn't about pretending everything is perfect. It's about rewiring how you look at life one morning, one thought, one breath at a time. See, gratitude isn't just some fluffy concept people post about on Instagram. It's science-backed magic. When you practice gratitude, your brain releases dopamine and serotonin, the happy chemicals. It's like giving your understanding, thankful energy, and universal flow mind a warm cup of coffee before your actual coffee. And when you combine gratitude with affirmations, something incredible happens. You stop chasing abundance and start attracting it. You become a magnet for blessings, simply because you're tuned to notice and appreciate them. But here's where many people trip up. They think affirmations are about saying fancy words in the mirror and hoping the universe will handle the rest. No, my friend, affirmations aren't wishes. They're reminders. They remind your subconscious who you truly are and what you're capable of. Because let's face it, life has a way of making us forget. You've probably heard that voice in your head saying, you're not there yet. You're not enough. You're too late. That voice loves mornings, doesn't it? It wakes up earlier than you do. But that voice isn't truth, it's habit. It's just your brain replaying old beliefs that don't serve you anymore. And the beautiful part, you can train your mind to choose a new script. That's where morning affirmations come in. Think of them as mental vitamins. You don't take vitamins because you're sick. You take them to stay strong. Affirmations work the same way. When you start your morning feeding your mind with words of power, gratitude, and confidence, you build a mental immunity against negativity. You can't control everything that happens during the day, but you can control the energy you bring to it. So, let's start simple. Tomorrow morning, before you touch your phone, before you scroll through notifications, I want you to do one thing. Just breathe. Take one deep breath and say, thank you. That's it. You don't have to list 100 things you're grateful for. Just thank you is how the universe responds to a vibration, enough to shift your frequency, because that small act tells the universe, I'm ready to receive. Gratitude opens the door. Now let's build on that. I want to share some affirmations with you. Affirmations that carry the vibration of gratitude, and abundance. And don't just repeat them like a parrot. Say them like they're already true. Because in the spiritual sense, they are. Say this with me. I am grateful for this new day. Every breath I take is a blessing. Let that sink in. You woke up this morning. That's abundance. Millions didn't get that chance today. Say, everything I need flows to me effortlessly. Even if it doesn't look like it right now, trust that it's unfolding. I am open to receive all the good the universe has prepared for me. That's your permission slip for blessings to find you. My life is filled with opportunities that align with my purpose. Now, that one's a personal favorite because when you say it often, you start noticing the small nudges, the coincidences, the unexpected calls, the doors that suddenly open. And before you roll your eyes and think, yeah, right, saying words won't change my life. Let me tell you this. Your words are the blueprint of your reality. You are constantly affirming something whether you realize it or not. Every time you say, I'm broke, you affirm lack. Every time you say, nothing ever works for me, you affirm stagnation. But when you shift your words, your reality follows. Because your subconscious mind doesn't know the difference between what's real, the power of morning intentions, and what's imagined. It simply accepts what it's repeatedly told. So if you start each morning saying, I'm abundant, I am favored, I am capable, your mind begins to look for proof of that truth. You start making decisions that align with abundance instead of fear. You walk differently. You speak differently. You attract differently. Now, let's talk about why this matters so much in the morning. Mornings are sacred. They're the bridge between yesterday's energy and today's potential. Your first thoughts after waking up are like seeds you can plant. Worry or gratitude, fear or faith. And whatever you plant will grow throughout your day. Most people, without realizing it, plant worry the moment they open their eyes. They check messages, scroll through bad news, think about what went wrong yesterday, and before they even brush their teeth, they've programmed their mind for chaos. But imagine this instead. You wake up, stretch, and before touching your phone, you whisper, today is full of blessings. I choose peace. I choose joy. I choose abundance. That's not just positive thinking. That's spiritual alignment. You're setting your energetic GPS toward gratitude, not anxiety. Here's something to try tomorrow. Before getting out of bed, say 3 things you're grateful for. They can be small things, maybe your pillow, your health, your morning coffee. The point isn't to impress anyone. It's to tune your frequency to appreciation. Because what you appreciate. Then speak 3 affirmations out loud, something like, I am worthy of success. I am surrounded by love and opportunities. Money flows easily and freely into my life. Say them like you mean them. Even if your brain argues at first, it's okay. You're reprogramming. And if you want to take it a step further, pair your affirmations with movement. Say them while you stretch, gratitude as a magnet for abundance, brush your teeth. Let your body feel the words. Because abundance isn't just a thought, it's a vibration. Let me tell you a quick story. There was once a woman who used to start her mornings by saying, ooh, another day, another problem. And guess what? She got every day more problems. Then one day she decided to switch it up. She started saying, another day, another blessing. At first, nothing big changed, but over time her energy did. She started noticing small wins like unexpected compliments, random opportunities, even a raise at work. Why? Because she finally tuned her focus toward the frequency of blessings. Your words are like a radio dial. If you tune to the station of gratitude, you can't pick up the noise of lack. They don't broadcast on the same frequency. Now, let's bring this down to earth because I know life can be messy. Gratitude doesn't mean you ignore your struggles or pretend everything's fine. It means you acknowledge your challenges, but choose to focus on the good that still exists. You might not have everything you want yet, but you have something right now that someone else is praying for. That's abundance already. You may not have your dream job, but you have skills, ideas, and opportunities waiting to be unlocked. You may not have all the money you need, but you have time to create it. You may not feel completely healed, but you're still standing. That strength is wealth. Gratitude shifts your attention from what's missing to what's possible. And when you start your day in that vibration, your energy becomes magnetic. People feel it, situations align, and life starts cooperating with you. So, let's make this practical. Here's a simple morning routine to anchor gratitude and abundance into your life. Step 1. Before you get out of bed, breathe deeply and thank you for this day. Step 2. List 3 things you're grateful for, even if it's the smallest thing, like your warm blanket or a good night's sleep. 3. Say 3 affirmations that empower you. Step 4. Smile yes, even if you don't. Affirmations for peace and confidence. Feel like it. Smiling tricks your brain into releasing feel-good hormones. Step 5. Visualize your day going well. Picture yourself walking confidently, speaking kindly, receiving good news, and handling challenges with grace. This entire ritual takes less than 5 minutes, but its effect lasts all day. You start noticing synchronicities. You feel lighter, more confident, and you begin to expect good things. And when you expect good things happen. Because here's a secret. Gratitude is the doorway and faith is the key. When you walk through that door every morning, the universe can't help but respond. And you don't need to have it all figured out. Just start small. Gratitude isn't about grand gestures. It's about quiet awareness. Maybe it's a bird singing outside your window, the taste of your morning tea, or the fact that you're here breathing, learning, growing. If you can start your morning by saying, I am thankful. Even before the evidence appears, you are already abundant. Because abundance begins with appreciation, not acquisition. Now, I want you to take a moment and think about this. What if you started every morning believing that life is happening for you, not to you? What if every delay was divine timing? Every challenge was an opportunity, and every blessing, big or small, was a message that you're on the right path. You'd start walking differently, talking differently, living differently, because you'd no longer be waiting for life to get good. You'd realize it already is. And that, my friend, is where the real magic begins. Now that you've started seeing gratitude as a real living force in your life, let's talk about how to keep that energy. Affirmations for wealth and success flowing. Because maintaining gratitude and abundance isn't just about what you say in the morning. It's about how you live the rest of your day. Think of your Morning affirmations like lighting a candle. They set the flame, but it's your attitude, your focus, and your reactions that keep it burning. And let's be honest, it's easy to feel abundant when everything's going right. But the real test comes when life decides to throw in a plot twist. You know those days when your car won't start, your phone battery dies at 2%, and your boss decides to have a quick meeting that lasts 2 hours. That's when gratitude feels like a distant cousin you barely remember. But that's also when it matters most. Because gratitude isn't a mood. It's a way of saying, I trust that even this moment has purpose. I remember once hearing a story about a man who used to complain every morning about his traffic. The noise, the time wasted. It drove him crazy. Then, one day he got a call that a close friend had been in an accident on that same route just minutes before he would have driven by. Suddenly his whole perspective shifted. From that day on, every time traffic slowed down, he said, "Thank you. I don't know what this delay is protecting me from, but thank you." That's gratitude in action. Not just when things go right, but when you decide to see blessings even in what feels wrong. The truth is, abundance doesn't start with having everything you want. It starts with realizing you already have more than enough to begin. The clothes you wear, the roof over your head, the friends who check in on you, even the lessons learned from pain. These are all forms of abundance. When you learn to see life that way, you stop affirmations for love and positive energy, living in scarcity, and start living in flow. Now I know what some of you might be thinking. Sure, it's easy to say I'm abundant when you're not dealing with overdue bills or heartbreak. But gratitude doesn't ignore reality. It transforms how you see it. When you say, I am abundant, you're not denying your challenges. You're declaring your potential. You're reminding your subconscious that your current situation is not your final destination. And when your inner dialogue changes, your decisions change too. Let me show you how powerful this shift can be with a small exercise. Think of one area of your life where you feel lack. Maybe it's not love, health, or opportunity. Got it? Now, instead of saying, I don't have enough, I want you to say, I'm grateful that I'm learning to receive more. Feel the difference. One statement drains your energy. The other opens your spirit. One keeps you stuck. The other propels you forward. This is how you use gratitude and affirmations together. They're like dance partners. Gratitude grounds you in the present, and affirmations propel you toward the future. One says, I am thankful for what is, and the other says, I am excited for what's coming. Together, they create a rhythm that attracts miracles. Here's another practical way to build this rhythm into your day. Create what I like to call gratitude triggers. These are small cues that remind you to pause and give thanks throughout the day. For example, every time you sip water, whisper, thank you. Every time you unlock your phone, think of one thing you appreciate. Every time you see your reflection, affirm something kind about yourself. You'll be amazed how these tiny habits reshape your mindset. And don't worry, you don't need to be perfect. Some days you'll forget, or you'll wake up grumpy and not feel like saying anything positive. That's okay. Gratitude isn't about perfection. It's about persistence. The visualizing your day in harmony with the universe. more you practice it, the easier it becomes. Think of it like building a muscle. At first, it takes effort, but soon it becomes second nature. Let me share something. I used to start my mornings by immediately thinking of everything I hadn't done yet, the emails waiting, the calls to make it, the goals I hadn't reached. It felt like waking up to a to-do list of failures. Then I decided to change one thing before even getting out of bed. I'd say, "Thank you for one more chance to get it right." That one sentence changed everything. My mornings felt lighter. My day flowed better. And somehow things that used to frustrate me started working in my favor. Why? Because my energy shifted from pressure to peace. And that's the key piece. Gratitude brings peace. Affirmations bring power. When you combine them, you move through life with quiet confidence. You stop rushing. You stop comparing. You start trusting that everything is unfolding as it should. And in that trust, abundance multiplies. Now, let's add some humor to this because honestly, self-growth can be funny. You ever try saying affirmations while still half asleep? You're standing there in your pajamas, hair looking like a science experiment, mumbling, "I am radiant and successful," while your reflection looks like it just survived a zombie apocalypse. But that's the beauty of it. You're affirming not what you see, but what you believe. The universe doesn't care if your hair is messy. It cares about your energy. So even if your morning looks chaotic, your coffees, your socks don't match, your cat knocks something over, take a breath and say, "I am grateful for the gift of this imperfect, beautiful life." Because daily practice how to keep the energy flowing. Gratitude doesn't need everything to go right. It simply needs you to stay right within. Let's talk about one more tool, visualization. When you say your affirmations, don't just say the words, see them, feel them. Imagine yourself already living that abundant life. See yourself smiling as you pay your bills with ease. Picture yourself walking into opportunities that feel divinely timed. Imagine your phone lighting up with good news, your relationships thriving, your mind calm and focused. Visualization makes your affirmations come alive because subconscious mind speaks in images and feelings, not words. So when you combine words of gratitude with vivid imagery, you give your mind a new movie to play. And guess what? Your life starts matching the movie. And please don't wait until you feel ready to start. That's the biggest trap people fall into. They wait for perfect circumstances, perfect motivation, perfect timing. But abundance doesn't come to those who wait. It comes to those who align. Start now with what you have. Say, "I am grateful for the little I have, for it is growing." That's how the universe works. It expands whatever you focus on. So here's your gentle challenge for tomorrow. Wake up and choose gratitude over grumbling. Instead of saying, say, "I have to go to work." Instead of saying, "I have to deal with people," say, "I get to connect and learn." That one. Word shift from have to get to transform your day. Because every task, even the boring ones, can become sacred when done with gratitude. And if you really want to turn your mornings into miracles, try writing your affirmations down. Put them where you can see them on your mirror, your fridge, or your phone screen. Write things like, "I am closing message. Thank the universe and expect miracles. Grateful for the flow of wealth and opportunities in my life." Everything I touch prospers. The universe supports me in every way. Read them daily. Speak them out loud. Believe them even when reality hasn't caught up yet, because it will. Here's the funny thing about gratitude and abundance. The more you focus on them, the more they sneak into your life. It's like finding loose change everywhere. You start attracting people, situations, and ideas that match your new frequency. You become that person who others describe as lucky. But it's not luck, it's alignment. Now, before we close, I want you to remember something powerful. Abundance is not something you chase, it's something you embody. When you live with gratitude, you're already living in abundance. When you wake up thankful, you're already rich in spirit. When you speak kindly to yourself, you're already attracting blessings. You don't have to beg the universe. It's already listening. So, tomorrow morning before your feet touch the ground, take a deep breath. I am grateful. I am abundant. I am ready for a beautiful day. Then, watch how the day responds. Because when you speak gratitude into the morning answers back. If this message resonates with you, I want you to take one small step today. Choose one affirmation from this video and make it your morning mantra for the next 7 days. Just one. Repeat it every day with belief and see what happens. Write it in the comments if you want to hold yourself accountable. And if this message brought light to your heart, don't keep it to yourself. Share it. Let someone else feel that spark. Subscribe because we're building a community that believes in faith, gratitude, and abundance. Remember, gratitude isn't a reaction, it's a creation. You create a new vibration every time you say thank you. So go out there, shine, and live as if everything you desire is already on its way. Because it is. The universe is listening and it's smiling.